Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel this evening. It's the one and only Bridgeman and Fox. Evening, gentlemen. I've got yourself first. Fox, thoughts?
Good evening. Well, luck finally ran out for me. Wasn't a very good game to watch. I think we had more control of the game than I thought we were going to have, but we just lacked that creativity to actually produce anything else.
Fair comment, mate. Fair comment. Just that wee bit of quality. How we doing, Bridge?
Brilliant, pal. Brilliant. Disappointed, of course. I agree with everything that Fox said and yourself. But can I just say a big good evening to yourselves? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to other Rangers fans all over the world, particularly the ones on our wee show here and in Vienna. Everybody, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Yeah, mate. So ultimately, we fail at the final hurdle to go into the last 32. A valiant effort. Not the greatest football game you've ever watched. I thought they were actually even worse than us, if I'm being honest. But once again, we lacked quality in the final third, mate. One shot and goal in the second half, mate, when we needed a goal. We're getting a lot of good situations, but we don't make the most of them. But we're a team in progress, Fox.
We're a team in progress. I think we're going to need another couple of years to compete in Europe, actually, you know. I thought the midfield worked very hard tonight. Can't fault them for lack of effort. But as we keep saying, the quality and the creativity is not there. They get themselves in really good positions and then fail with the final ball into the box. But it's not just them. The movement up front isn't very good either. I think what I've seen in the whole game, Bridge made a wee comment before we came on air there that the only one that looked as though he could really play football tonight was Morelos, and I would agree with that.
I thought Morelos done well in good situations. I mean, I was critical of Ryan Jack in the weekend, but I thought Ryan Jack had a good game tonight, if I'm being honest, mate. But we just, the way we played, Bridge, it was obvious to me they were trying to keep it tight and then see if we could springboard this to get a goal.
Yeah, you know, from a Rangers perspective, his overall play, Ryan Jack, I thought he was excellent tonight. No problems at all. He's that type of player where he plays. He's very effective in there. He's not a glamour player by any stretch of the imagination. And sometimes when he's up in near the box, you wish he could just find somebody with the ball, because he is not the guy that's going to go in there and dizzy two players and put the ball in the net. I doubt very much if that's going to happen with him. So when he gets to a certain part of the pitch, you just wish that someone else, or he could pick out someone else to let them carry the weight going forward. Because he's a very effective fetch and carry man. He does it really well. I thought that I was very, very happy to see Barisic back. I thought he made a difference down the left.
He's done all right, mate. All right. If he'd been brilliant, he'd done okay.
No, he'll not be brilliant. But the next couple of games is going to be crucial for him, providing he gets a game like. And he's coming back on. He wanted to do things, and you could see he just wasn't quite 100%, but no far away. I'm very pleased to see him back, and I hope he goes from strength to strength. I have no complaints about tonight. There are some positions on the part of some, shall we say, passages of play. I thought we let ourselves down, and particularly the one that led up to the goal. That was a very, very poor ball out by our goalkeeper, who was generally quite good. But we allowed that guy to bring the ball down to his chest, so nobody was near him, and he brought the ball down and started the ball rolling, and young McCrory got himself caught in the middle somewhere and couldn't be any effective against
it. Wasn't the greatest goal to lose defensively, but what these things happen. But I thought we didn't really what's going. You were just hoping rather than expected, Fox.
I think hoping. I think the team he put out was to keep us in the game for as long as we possibly could and hope to hit a late winner. It was going along okay, but we just didn't create enough chances. We were unlucky when Big Goldson hit the bar. That could have been enough to take us through. But at the end of the day, when you look at that team, mate, I think they've done... I'm talking about the team, no Rangers as a club, but that team have done well to get us even to where we eventually finished. I think we finished third in the group. And for people who'll probably go overboard a bit, I'm quite happy with the European campaign. I didn't think we would get that far. Most people have said that, but in the end, it's been a good wee run. So I'm not too disappointed. It just shows you that the next 2 transfer windows, and I mean 2, it'll probably take us to get a real decent team on the pitch, Hawks.
We're short of players, Bridge.
Skillful players.
I didn't think there was any lack of endeavour in night.
No.
We just lack a bit of quality, a bit of vision, a bit of creativity, and obviously a bit of luck as well. Because if a big goal since one goes under the bar, you never know what they can.
It was a wonderful header, wasn't it?
Aye.
And we've complained that he doesn't get enough headers in the box, and he did get one. Marvellous. I thought we really, I'm not being funny when I say this, we desperately missed Candace, the skills of Candace out in the right, and the skills of a fit Ryan Kent out in the left, and all over the park, basically. We can. But these two, we know they're really good players, tricky players, and make things happen round about them. We just missed them.
Candace again, who I was quite scathing there after Sunday, but I thought we did miss him, and he just gives us up. Because we actually played Arfield out there, and he worked hard, but he didn't look comfortable out there, in my opinion. He's got to be in the middle, try to influence the play and steal into the box and get goals. That's part of his game out in the wide right. He worked hard enough, but he's not going to get away with anybody with his pace, Fox, is he?
No. I can remember we used to stick Stuart McCall out there at times, and he done the same. He was a good player, but he's more effective in the middle of the park. As I say, I think they all tried their hardest. We've just not got the quality of that's it. You can't get away from it, and we'll just have to see how the rest of the season goes in the Scottish Cup and the League, and see how far we can go in both of the competitions.
You're here, mate. You're here.
Yeah, I think we need to change things back, and right, okay, we're now in the league. What are we going to do? Because we desperately need to, shall we say, bring ourselves together now, and that's all we're going to run for. So the manager and his team have got a lot to do, and his management team, that is.
Well, it starts in Hamilton on Sunday, Bridge. They've got to go and win the match,
Yep, absolutely.
Can I also just say we've been a bit unlucky in a lot of the games this season as well in the Europa League, mate. We've had injuries at bad times, suspensions at bad times. We've had goals chalked off that were good, and a wee bit of luck, and we could have got qualified. Just a bit of luck, but it was a good effort for me.
Well, you wouldn't have predicted it at the start of the season. So if people want to give us a phone and give us their thoughts, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can you join us, Fox?
Well, they can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online. We're all school blue, and his glamorous assistant will bring you into the call. How do I not get a glamorous assistant?
Well, you did, but look what happened the last time, and it didn't end very well, so we've had to stop that, mate. Once the training order's up, you can maybe get another one.
The restraining order. Go on yourself, Foxy, we love you.
Basically, if I'm being honest, you can't be trusted. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean?
Fair comment.
Oh, he's off a cruelty, isn't he? That's shocking, man. Off a cruelty, Fox.
It'll just be me and him at the Christmas night out again, Fox. Me and you.
Well, that's the way things go. Anyway, I think you've got a caller. We've got somebody sensible coming on. Evening, Cushy.
Yeah, Cushy. The voice of reason. The Mr. Intelligence of Rangers Radio.
Don't believe what he's saying, Cushy. Don't believe what he's saying.
He is, mate. He looks like a college professor. I was surprised when I met him.
College professor?
Wait a minute, Cushy. This is his words, no mine, mate. Yeah, I've not the pleasure of meeting yourself. He said to me, I think I went to school with Cushy. That was Fox's words to me, Cushy.
Cushy, don't take any in, pal. Don't take any in.
It's the first time I've been called a college professor. Brilliant.
It's the first time anybody thought you went to school.
Exactly. Don't listen to them, Cushy. Don't listen to them. Their version of Professor is entirely different to yours.
Give us your thoughts, Cushy.
It was a bit. The whole night ended up a little bit of a non-event, didn't it? You know, it kind of petered out. You know, with them scoring when they did. You know, because I felt when they scored, we were actually starting to apply a bit of pressure. You know, we're getting a bit closer to the goal without really creating something clear cut. But I thought we were kind of getting closer. Tav had his shot, which I think was the only shot we had on target in the second half. But I felt as if we were starting to make inroads and push them back a bit, and then the goal at that time just absolutely killed it, you know. But we done that an awful lot. I felt during the course of the game we gave the ball away in kind of funny positions, and it just we were our own worst enemy at times. But you know, I think looking at it positively, I think very few of us felt we would get to the group stages. You know, we've certainly not been humiliated in any way, shape or form in this stage, and I felt when draw was initially made, there was certainly some fears that might be the case, because Spartak and Villarreal were presumed, you know, to be probably better than I thought. You know, a lot of us actually seen when they came to Ibrox and we put them away. But I still think it's positive. I still think we've got
a big positive, mate. Where we were and where we are, you know what I mean? But obviously, you're disappointed when you
we can build on, you know, rather than, you know, this is not a squad that's going to be torn up, ripped up, and done away with. You know, we need to add quality, but I think we've got a base now that we can add that quality to, where previously we never had that. We've always maybe started from the bottom and starting again. But I feel as if we've made some progress, and we've got a foundation, albeit we've still got plenty of work to do.
Aye, we're work in progress. Anyway, we've also been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Hello.
Let me guess. Hello.
I bet you can't guess in a million years.
I'll pass you over to Cushy. Who do you think this is, Cushy?
I think that's Little Blue.
Well done. Fox, you better send a prize to Cushy. You got a question, right?
The dulcet tones of Little Blue.
How we doing, Little Blue? You disappointed?
Of course I'm disappointed. We're all disappointed, aren't we? You know, I know a lot of people are saying it was up there with the other two games previous, but I think they did better in some areas, but yeah, we failed miserably at the end.
I mean, we had a wee bit of a whimper because we lost that goal. It would have been good even to get a draw just to get some revenue for the club, Cushy, yeah?
Yeah.
It'd have been good to get the first goal. You know, it'd have been nice just to score. I thought that would have really opened up the game quite a lot and made it a game of football. And I felt like that needed to happen kind of to make the game a spectacle. I felt it needed to happen quite early on in the game, because I felt with the state of the pitch, there's a lot of people were not as comfortable on the ball as we would expect, even on the Rapid side. You know, there was a lot of touches going astray. The ball was taking some balls, and I think that I'm not suggesting that had any impact on us, but I think it impacted the spectacle of the game. You know, and I think you watch it and needed a goal early doors, and I was hoping that we would be the ones that would get that and open up the game and really, you know, and I think that would have suited us away from home. But as the game went on, it just seemed to get a little bit more bogged down. You know, everybody was safety first, and we've seen this story a little bit too often with Rangers recently, where we just cannot appear to create decent chances and break teams down. And as Little Boy said, the last couple of games we've been guilty of that. I don't think we're quite as pure tonight as we were in the last couple of games, but nonetheless, we are. I think we're struggling at the moment a little bit. The form of the team has dipped, and that's probably more a concern for me at the moment than actually getting out of Europe. Is that the form of the team has took a dip?
Stop creating chances, stop scoring goals, Bridge.
Yeah, I think actually Cushy's right. We've taken a dip. I was saying this the other night. Our form against Aberdeen was dreadful in reality. And then against Dundee, it was just a continuation of the first half of the Aberdeen game, to be honest. I thought it improved a bit tonight. I thought some of the players, given the situation with the pitch and so on and so forth, and the team we were playing, who were at home, and the nice big crowd, so they had everything to play for. Unfortunately, just couldn't raise their game high enough. What was 90 minutes? We had 2 shots or 3 shots, maybe only one on target. So the header was probably one of the ones on target. But really and truly, if we wanted to do anything in Europe, there's no way you can go 90 minutes and no have a shot at goal and expect to win. It's just not going to happen. So I'm disappointed. I agree with Cushy on some of these things. I'm disappointed like everybody else, but I'm not completely down in the dumps. I would be completely down in the dumps if we had continued completely like we were against Dundee and Aberdeen, but we weren't. We were slightly above that.
We're still quite fractured though, and I that's a big concern for me.
What was the concern? Sorry, little boy, I missed that. What did you say?
I said they still appear quite fractured, not playing together as good as they were, in previous games where we've actually done really well and worked really well together as a team. For some reason, they're I don't know. It's just I don't know if there's like maybe been some kind of falling out with each other or something, but something's just not. I can't think of the word right now, but there's just something not quite there that was before.
It's been a strange old 12 days, Cushy, since Tynecastle. It seems as if it was months ago.
It does. Tynecastle seems ages ago. As a lot of us says, we'll have lost a little bit of fluency in our play. Everything appeared to be working well for us. We knew what we were doing. We looked at a team that I felt as if it looked at a team that trusted one another. We knew what we were doing. It all just seems to have fragmented a little bit. We've lost a bit of fluency in the park, and everything's not quite as it's just not working for us. And I think you can see even sometimes in our pressing game. At the start of the year, I felt like in a high pressing game, we were pressing numbers, we were pushing teams back, we weren't allowing them to play through us. And I've not really seen that the last few games. It's all a bit half-hearted. And as I say, that for me, the dip at the form of the team is more a worry for me than going out of Europe tonight. I'd love us to get through. I felt actually the way the group planned out, we had a really good chance, and I think we'll blow it a little bit. But one of the guys mentioned luck earlier on, and I felt we've not carried any luck at all in this group. Some people say you make your own luck, but when you're scoring perfectly good goals and getting chopped off, you can't really do much. You can't really do much more than that. And then hitting the crossbar tonight, that goes on. It's a completely different game. So it's fine margins, and I just felt we always seem to be in the other end of the fine margin.
Fox, we got ourselves in a lot of good opportunities, and particularly when we sprung free in the first half down the left, but the final ball, young Greg, one cross he put in, he's work in progress, so we don't want to have a go at him. He did at times look like a kid. He's taking a fuse for Warburton. His pitch geography sometimes could improve, but he's only a young boy. Hopefully he'll go away and learn the game and come back bigger, better and wiser, and maybe could do with a time maybe out the first team just to kick on and be ready with awareness. But no real criticisms about effort about anybody on the pitch. We just lack quality, keeping the ball, passing the ball, making the right decisions, Fox.
I'd agree. Young Middleton was done well when we were playing well, but he's beginning to struggle in a team that isn't playing well at the moment. I didn't think he had a particular. I would have took him half at one time actually. I didn't think he was getting any real joy. He was getting done with the full back, but as you said, one cross into the box all night. I think he had. Him and Barisic haven't sort of formed any sort of partnership, and it takes time for that to develop. As for the rest of the team, mate, we're all a work in progress. It's not just Middleton. Once again, I've had a go at Koulibaly, as you know, here the last few nights, and he worked hard tonight as well. But when you don't have the quality to keep a hold of the ball in the midfield, it's hard going for us, mate. Let's hope in this transfer window we get somebody in with a bit of quality that's going to help the young players instead of it's just no good enough at the moment, especially in Europe. We're light years away in Europe. Great run, although we have. When you watch the other teams or the other groups, mate, they're all a level above us, you know, and we'd probably have took a tanking if we'd went through, you know.
I agree with that. Can I come in there, Roxchair?
Of course you can.
I was just going to say I 100% agree with that. I think that the quality of teams that are through into the last 32, in all probability, are maybe too much. If we landed a team like Liverpool or something, I'm just using that loosely. If we ended up at some of them, you get absolutely pummeled, no doubt about it. However, I do agree with Foxy. My only problem with all of our team today was they've lost the spark. That's just what it looks like to me. They've lost the spark. And some of our other managers got to get that spark back. You know, they were really looking like a team that were really enjoying being there and right into it to do it. We never picked up very many second balls. In fact, we lost more. We caused ourselves more problem by losing the ball from our own volition by poor passing. Very, very poor passing and poor decisions, particularly in key areas. And as we've said it before many, many times, you give the ball away in a very bad position, and before you know it, they're up on top of you, and they've run right past you. So these are the pressures we put on each other. Again, some of the guys are young, and as I say, they've lost their spark. When you've lost your spark, you're no 100%. You're definitely not 100%. It's as if you're a yard short in pace at times, you know. So we need to get that back, and you can see that in our league form as well. You can see the sparks missing.
I mean, if you want to be cynical, it's as if there's been a wee fallout because the rumours circulating with the boy Ajaria, but we'll see what happens and let it happens every day of the week and works all over the country. But we set up for me, Cushy, back four, Ross McCrory in front of him, 4 across the midfield and Morelos isolated on his own. Done some great things, but sometimes that gap was just too close, too big for him to close to put them under pressure because he was doing it on his own.
I think he was hoping. I could see why Gerrard picked that team. He was obviously hoping that Middleton and Arfield would get a bit closer to him and try and link the play a little bit. And it kind of didn't. It kind of didn't really happen. But it's. I think particularly that is an area of the park. I think is probably an area that I think he's looked at the most. It's just that number 10 position to link the play with Morelos or whoever's playing up front. There is a little bit of a disconnect, I think, and as you said earlier on, we have a lot of play that gets to a certain stage and then it just breaks down, and that it's that area where just that little bit extra quality fashions you a chance or gets you a goal from it, and we don't have that, and it's not. I'm not going to start criticising the individual players. I think we all know by now the strengths and the weaknesses of the guys that we've got out there. So I think it's kind of pointless all pulling them up individually. But I think Gerrard will know that guys who he thinks will be able to do a job for him moving forward, and guys who I think will probably need moved on. I mean, there's some players tonight I think started that I don't think would have started if we'd other guys fit or available, such as. I think Kent and Candace would have been playing if they'd been fit. I don't think Middleton would have started. So we've got that. I think we're just a little bit unlucky at certain times, certain big games that we didn't have the guys that we wanted on the park, and that coupled with the fact there's no doubt about it that our form has dipped a little bit. It just maybe just a long time for us getting into December. As well, and these big European ties, it's just been a little bit of a struggle for us, isn't it?
It's been a successful campaign as a fact. There's a bit of excitement. Fox says right to the last 7 minutes the team were through, and the revenue streams have been superb, Bridge.
100%. This is what I was trying to say the last couple of nights. I'm absolutely delighted for my club. My club have done wonderfully well. They brought a new young manager in, and we've tried to finance him, and he's done miracles to a certain extent. given what the quality of players that we've got. Some of the players we've bought in haven't actually come to the fore properly for us. And I use young Katic. Somewhere along the line, he's kind of struggling a wee bit. And a few others. The truth of the matter is, we put 11 boys out there a night and they tried their heart out. But given the state of the pitch and given the lack of spark, as I said, really difficult. So a continuation of the sort of, shall we say, the league form. And I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's got to do it. It's got to come back up. But the money, unbelievable, just unbelievable. But I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know how we can compete with the multi-millionaires across the city. For instance, if they go through in this, they'll make another load of money and go further in areas. So it's quite difficult financially. Although obviously I hope that doesn't happen.
You've got to remember they might get more money, but the outlays are a lot more. At the moment.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
So look, would it be fair to say? I'll go to Little Blue with this. It's been a successful European campaign as far as the expectations have been more than achieved. Little Blue.
One sec. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've done a lot better in the European run than what we're doing domestically at the moment. So
yeah, you wouldn't have thought that. You wouldn't have thought that back in June would have got this far, would you?
No, absolutely not. Not in a million. I don't think any of us did we? So it's a nice little surprise for us, you know. I think so far, you know, Stevie's done a good job with the team, but there's a lot of improvements that need to come ahead. And I think the January window will be the telling of just how good he's going to be, you know, as a manager. But so far, yeah.
Yeah, we've done okay. We've been joined by a caller.
Domestic side sorted out now.
Correct. We need to win on Sunday. We've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Hi, how you doing? It's Jeep.
How we doing, Jeep? All right. How we doing, mate?
Not bad.
Come on, get that chin off the deck, mate. It's disappointing, but you've got to put it into context, mate. Think back 18 months ago.
No, definitely. Even just think back, 7-8 months ago, you know, back to the end of April or whatever. But no, it's a magic achievement, just even qualifying. I think the bottom line is, I think every Rangers fan would have absolutely taken your hand off for qualification.
Ultimately, it was disappointing tonight, but as I said, we took that at the start, and we're learning the revenue's got to be handy, Jeeba.
Oh, aye, definitely. I mean, I was reading on Twitter there. I think we've made just over €5 million just for being in it. So, I mean, obviously that's better than no having it, you know. But qualifying was great. When I saw the draw, I thought to myself, like, we could possibly get out of this group, and I still think we could have. That's the disappointing.
We were unlucky in Moscow, mate. That was a big moment. That goal to go 4-2 up. That was a big moment for us, you know.
That was the turning point. Definitely the game in Moscow. We should have went in 4-2 at half time. It's a completely different second half, but I mean, you're talking about a game that we should have won and you've lost. It's one of the ones. But then to bounce back for that, to then get a really, really good point at home to Villarreal, considering we went down to 10 men in the first half, that was brilliant as well. You know, we showed a lot of character in that to get that point. You know, but I think tonight was just a wee step too far for us, unfortunately.
I can't fault the endeavour, but we just lack quality. Anyway, talking about quality people, we've been joined by Rudy Bear. Evening, Rudy.
Evening, gents. How we doing? And ladies, obviously.
And Fox.
How's it going, Rudy?
Aye, Bridgeman. Aye.
What's your thoughts, Rudy?
Little Blue. Disappointing, eh? I think it was just a wee step too far. Ox, if truth be told, I think we lacked quality. I think we really missed Kent and Cadiz tonight, truth be told. But I think that I think what we saw the night was just about as far as Steven Gerrard could go, and as far as the European adventure was concerned. I know we're all disappointed, but look, just to get to the groups in itself was an achievement, because I don't think any has really thought that was going to happen when we started out in my first game against Scoopy. So for me, just to get there was huge for us, really. Massive achievement, certainly massive improvement. Our debacle last season. So for me, disappointed, slight, just that we just couldn't get that result tonight. But look, Steven Gerrard said one transfer window. I've seen some absolute nonsense written. Steven Gerrard said one transfer window. He's had to bring in almost a full team, hasn't he? And a bench, and shipped about 20 or 24 out the door, something like that. Give him another transfer window or two. This guy's got it for me.
And see when he gets it. I mean, I'm.
Yeah.
The job he's done so far. You where you've been, where you are.
Big goal and puts that in the net the night instead of hitting the bar. That's a different game for me. I keep going back to the two games against Moscow Hawks. I think that's where we sort of lost track of it a wee bit for me. The fact that we couldn't beat them at Ibrox, and then when you score 3 goals away from home in Europe, you expect to take something from the game, don't you? But we saw the shambolic defending that night, which meant we came back with nothing. And that's the 2 games for me where we kind of lost track of it a bit for me. But to take it to the last game, we saw how tight a group it was. I think it was Bridgeman mentioned it last night, how tight the group actually was, so to take it to the last game, very last game of the group.
We would have thought that back at the start of the journey, Scoopy or whatever it was, but we've done okay. Yeah. We know the faults, really. You're right. We like quality. We're first transfer window, but we're getting there, Bridgeman.
Absolutely, pal. Absolutely, we're getting there. I'm over the moon. I've got no complaints at all, other than the quality of our team. Just the stuff we spoke about. And you mentioned the game against Spartak Moscow. The 2 games are, the absolute shambles, as Rudy points out, in defence that cost us 2 goals in the second half within a minute of each other. That's the same shambles that were there on Sunday. So we haven't moved any in that way, We've still got this shambolic display in our team. We're still capable of making these shambolic displays. And until such times as we get the quality up the way, we will still be capable of doing these things. Sorry to say it, but that's the truth. I don't get any real complaints about the team tonight. None at all. I could pick out as many men as you want, and we could say how well they played and how well they didn't. We got to the last game in our group, and I think we did absolutely fabulous getting there. And I'm utterly disappointed that we didn't win tonight. But so be it. It's the end of the road for that. Yeah, let's go on with the next one.
To get into the group, Bridgeman, was an achievement. To get into the last 32, in my opinion, would have been a huge overachievement, in my opinion, in all honesty, because we're not there yet as far as quality goes on the park. As you say, you can pick players out the night, this one, that one. But what's the point, really? What's the point? Because there has been times tonight, I think I heard somebody mention earlier on, like the result in Villarreal, the first game was absolutely fantastic. We were all buzzing about it, and we saw some real battling performance.
Can you go on mute, lads, when you're not talking with a lot of interference? Carry on, Rudy.
We saw some battling performances, haven't we? So to get to the last 32 would have been a massive overachievement for us. We'd have been hugely punching above our weight, in my opinion, if we'd got into the last 32. It's just the fact that it was there. It was it was there within our grass box, wasn't it? To get
it was like bullseye. Here's what you could have won.
That's why such a big disappointment. I could have put it any better. Well said. But so that's big disappointment.
You can have that one, Cushy.
I like that. I think it's been look back. We started at the 12th of July. This European campaign. It's the 13th of December.
We struggled to get a band for that night, but we go back.
And we've had 5 months European football. It's been a roller coaster ride. When you think we're down to 9 men hanging on, away from home in games just to try and get ourselves into the group stage and things like that. And we've been down to 10 men in other games. It's been a roller coaster ride, but that's what European football's all about. That's why we want to win it. And
that's why you can't be critical of the team, to be honest, Cushy, because when you look at some of the battling performances, Villarreal down to 10 men, as you say, 9 men against Maribor, to get into the group section and stuff like that. You've got to think back to the performances too. I know there's been a couple of failures and that, but to go 14 games and only have 2 defeats, both defeats away from home, would we have thought that at the beginning in July when this all kicked off? I certainly wouldn't have thought that, to be honest.
Chance. And I think that maybe, you've got to look back on it and think maybe that's why, some of those games our teams run their socks off, and it might just, the legs have just went a little bit in December. And they've just not got just a little spark that you need to carry you through the games that we had 3 months ago. And it's just we'll just lack that a little bit now with maybe that's just taking a little spark out of us, But I'm not, as I say, I'm not too downhearted. Let's bank the money. Let's try and make sure that we can add quality to this squad, because I'm sure all the fans will be looking at the European run, look at the money, and the expectation will be that a huge portion of that will be handed to Steven Gerrard to try and bring in the quality that we're looking for. So fingers crossed that happens, and we can we really can start bringing in the quality that I think we all need.
Could you hear Fox? The European games, maybe give Gerrard, and also let him see the quality of the players, and maybe see what we need. That maybe highlights it more, right? Maybe that comes to the fore more. Excuse me, when you come up against better players and better teams. So for me, we need about 4 players, and I'm talking about 4 first team players, no squad players, 4 first team players to start keep the improvement going. Last April, I think is the caller just said there. When we go back to last April, we needed 10 players, so we're needing 4. So we're starting to improve the squad, kids.
Aye, we are indeed. I think what we need to do is buy into to do well in Scotland first. I think we can forget about Europe to see where we finish up this season. Make sure we qualify in whatever competition that we qualify. We'll be able to add to the squad in the summer. But right now in this transfer window, we need to bring in players that will give us more quality in Scotland and never mind Europe. Because I don't think there's much wrong with the basic squad. Some of the players holding down a position just now might be find themselves on the bench if we can buy wisely, or bring in really, really top-notch loans, mate, that can improve the side. But it's one step at a time, Ox. That the European run has been wonderful for us, but for most of the support, we need to start turning it on in Scotland first.
Can I come in on that, Ox, yeah?
Of course you can. Then
I was just going to say, I agree 100% with Foxy there. I think what we really need is our manager now needs to buckle down insofar as with the quality of player that he's got, and refine the squad wherever possible. Some of the players we've got are actually fringe players, even on the squad that he's brought in. So he's brought in 14 or 15 players from mid-season, from the tail end of the season there. Some of these guys will need to go if it's at all possible, because they're not going to make it for sure. And he's got to bring other people's in for sure. He's got to bring in and freshen the squad up and put his own stamp on the squad. So he's got a lot of work to do over the next 2 years, in all probability, before he gets everything he wants. But this winter, just got to happen. It's got to happen. He's got to do it. He's got a lot of work to do in the next 7 weeks, eh? Absolutely, pal. Absolutely.
Oh, we lost him.
Who?
We lost the caller. No, one of the callers. Sorry, mate.
Oh, Gib. Is it Gib or Gib?
Jeeves, I think I've lost him. Hope he phones back in. Good call.
Call in again, Gibbs.
Oh, you still?
Sorry,
Oh, it's a
mate,
little.
I just muted it so that you weren't.
All right, it's little blue. It's dropped.
Oh, must a little blue dropped out then. Okay.
Tell us how to pronounce how to pronounce what you're calling yourself, so we get it right. So Bridge gets it right.
Jeeves.
It's Jeeb. I knew that. We spoke to the boy the last time.
But Bridge had a butler. He was called Jeeves.
Jeeves. Jeeves. Wonderful chap. Absolutely wonderful. Always served good old sherry. Lovely sherry.
Barchester
cream, old boy. Barchester cream.
Right, look, get yourself on mute, everybody, and let's hear what Steven Gerrard thought. Obviously, be disappointed for what the rest is, but let's hear from your manager, Steven Gerrard, MBE.
Can't really ask the players to give any more. I think what we had available tonight, I think everyone gave an almighty effort. Obviously, as the game was getting to the final stages, we were trying to roll the dice and go a little bit more adventurous to try and create something, to try and create that moment that we needed at 0-0. And unfortunately, we've conceded a counter-attack, but I think it's very hard for me to criticise the players for what they gave tonight. Yeah, I think once we analyse the whole journey, we'll certainly take ourselves back to maybe Moscow at home, 0-0, a couple of the chances we missed. We'll take ourselves back to Moscow away when we scored a perfectly good goal, and we'll also analyse our individual mistakes within it. We could have put ourselves in a better position tonight, but you know, it wasn't to be. I think if you analyse the whole journey as a whole, the players have done fantastically well. But the reality is, at this level, we fell a bit short, and that's my job to try and address that. But what I will say is we'll come again. We'll come again. It's important now that we get back to winning ways domestically, and we focus domestically now to put ourselves in position to come back again.
You always had to do it halfway through the qualifiers, 14 games, just 2 defeats in that, but for a new team and a young team, you know, does that make things even more difficult for you? Because again, you're arguably the better side tonight.
Yeah, I felt like we played very well for large parts of this game today, and the players deserve incredible praise for taking this group to the wire, if you like. You know, I believe if we were full strength tonight and we had everyone available, you know, the situation might have been a little bit easier. But, you know, to come here and play against a good team, an organised team, who were fit, who were very mobile and have got experience at this level, I think what we had, we fell a little bit short. So the idea now is to obviously park the Europa League up now and really focus on the league. I think we've had a tough week, and I think the support we've had during that tough week's been really good. I think we owe the fans on Sunday a reaction.
Stephen, you obviously had a few players missing tonight. How much do you think over the course of the campaign, with the demands of the Saturday, Thursday, Sunday, the squad was, the strength of the squad and depth was tested, and how much did you look at that when you come
Yeah, we've certainly been tested. I think as a group we haven't helped ourselves in certain situations with suspensions and availability. Obviously injuries have bit at important times, i.e. Ryan Kent at the weekend. You know, to not have Candeas and Kent available, it affects the group. So yeah, we haven't helped ourselves throughout the campaign. I think in terms of numbers we've had enough to cope, but to compete at this level with ambitions to go further than the group, it's obvious to me that the players need some help, and that means obviously quality players that can come in and help.
Stephen, I was just going to ask about Ovi, obviously not travelling. Is he still got a future at Rangers, or will he return to Liverpool?
I think it's something I need to discuss with Ovi in the coming days. I had a chat with him a few days ago. He's slightly unsettled. Liverpool are aware of the situation. We're in dialogue with Liverpool. But the next time I see Ovi will be Friday, so we'll have a conversation then and see where we go from there. I think we missed all our good players that weren't available. Kent, Candeas, Ajaria, but it was nice to have Borna back. I think, moving forward, if we can keep Tav and Borna on the pitch for a run of games and try and get all our strongest players back and available, that'll certainly help myself.
How come that in Glasgow Rangers were the much better team physically seen, but not today? Today was physically seen better.
Is that your opinion, or is that a fact? Or okay, I respect your opinion. I think physically it was a great match, a good contest. I think both teams look fit and strong and were pushing to win the game. Rapid had the important moment. I think if the chance we had on the set piece with the header that hit the crossbar, if we would have scored first, I think maybe the final stages of the game would have looked different. But all I can say is to congratulate Rapid for a good match, and I wish them well for the last 32.
Been joined by a caller up. Evening caller.
What are we doing,
Hi,
caller?
Fox.
Oh,
Hey,
who's
Fox,
this?
it's Harry Bear.
Harry Bear.
How you doing, Harry Bear?
How you doing, boys?
Yourself,
What's your
good.
Join you.
What's your thoughts, Harry?
Well, I just thought we done well tonight. We were a bit... The manager put out a team that I thought was maybe a wee bit negative, considering we had to win the game. With Koulibaly playing in there and whatever. But we done well. If we had said this at the start of the campaign, I think we might have been quite happy with the end result. What do you think, panel?
Bridgman?
And I couldn't quite hear him. Could you repeat it again, Harry, please?
Harry, Bridge, I'm just
Aye.
saying, I think that we done quite well for our European campaign. Although we put a wee bit of negative team out tonight, as in defending Koulibaly and Ryan Jack, but we had to defend to get the result, to push on, but I think we've done quite well in the European campaign. And if I'd taken that result, it went to the last game of the season, you'd have been happy with it. What do you think, panel?
Oh yes, 100% agree with you. We've been saying that for a wee while now, really. That we've came a long way, and it's great to be a Bear watching our team playing in the European games. But I think, as the manager just said a minute ago, we seem to have run up against, from a quality perspective, maybe the end of the road for us that way, from a European perspective.
Bridge, see, looking at the game tonight, I don't think we came into played a better team. I thought we were the better team tonight. And I think we just failed. And they went out the park and scored. I thought we were the better team tonight.
I have to say...
The Rapid Vienna weren't great, were they?
No, I think you're probably right.
They were a bad team.
I thought it was kind of itchy-peachy, to be honest, until just before they scored. They started coming into the game. Maybe the last 20 minutes, they started a bit of pressure on. We had a nice wee run for 4 or 5 minutes, and we had a couple of wee half chances run about the box. But in reality, I thought they actually started to boss us a wee bit, and particularly just after they scored, we couldn't lay a glove on them, really.
Because maybe I'm wrong, but I'm picking up the callers thinking that Ryan Jack, McCrory and Koulibaly in there, you ain't going to create a lot of chances.
Exactly.
I think Gerrard was thinking was that you can lose these games in the first half, right? But you can't win them in the first half. So I think Gerrard was looking to keep us in the game as long as possible, keep it nice and tight. Hope that Rapid start getting a bit nervous, start sitting a bit deeper, and we can put some pressure on and actually get the goal at the end, because you've seen that happen in plenty of games. So I think Gerrard was just trying to keep it tight and keep us in it as long as possible, and hope we got a set piece or Morelos come up with some magic or something like that happened. So we've seen it plenty of times with teams against us this season where they've just sat and they've kept it tight and they've walked away with 3 points against us. And I think that was. I think by and large that was Gerrard's game plan today. I thought the two teams tonight were much of a muchness. I thought we were slightly better, but that's about it. I felt either of the two teams could have won 1-0 tonight, and it happened to be Rapid that done it. So I don't think, as I say, I think the teams were much of a muchness. I think it was just a case of us away from home, keep it tight as long as we can, and see if we can nick one. And unfortunately, the kick out from McGregor, and we were just caught a bit up the park. Maybe too many attackers on, and they just carved us open and scored, and that was that.
You coming in there, Harry?
Can I come in there, Rob?
On you go.
I think we gave a good account of ourselves tonight. I think that going away from home in Europe, we've seen a lot of bad performances, but I think tonight we did put on a performance, and until they scored, they never looked like doing anything.
They had the problem, they didn't know where to stick or twist. Fox,
exactly.
Oh, that was it for me. They didn't need to score, and I think they allowed us a bit more of the ball than they normally would have. I think when it showed when we did commit in the last 15 minutes, they started to get chances. They brought on 2 substitutes who looked like good attacking substitutes, and they started to create chances.
I'm going live on there.
I don't give a shit, I want money.
Anyway, and I think they, if we'd maybe went for it right for the start, I think they could have caught us in the counter. I don't think they're as bad as a side as they looked tonight. Although we beat them at Ibrox, it was late goals that beat them, and I think they just held their own tonight because they didn't have to commit Ox,
Aye. It's a game where I get the tactic. I thought that last night we would play 4-5-1. I think we played 4-1-4-1. But the problem for me is sometimes Morelos ends up really isolated.
I think if they've studied us there the last couple of games, mate, and if they've looked at the players that we've had out, especially on the wings, I think they knew that we would struggle to create chances against them. And I think they just sat back on us, to be honest.
Rudy?
I agree with Fox. The difference between Rangers and Vienna was they didn't have to go chasing the game. They didn't have to go chasing the one. They knew that, if they could just sort of frustrate us a wee bit, keep it nice and tight at the back. We didn't create many chances, if truth be told. So the kind of game went in their favour a wee bit, And you can go back to the 2 Moscow games. That's the reason why we were in that position the night where we had to go there and get the win. Unfortunately, also something Steven Gerrard says that I really do agree with is, missing Candace and Kent, guys like that. I really do think we missed them the night. Such a pity they 2 weren't available for us the night. Could have been.
And Murphy for me. Murphy bizarrely.
Well, bizarrely, yeah, as you say, Jamie Murphy as well. So we've been in that position though where it's kind of been not always of our own making, when we've not had players available, whether it's due to a suspension, And I go back to what I said earlier on, Ox, to get into the last 32 for me would have been a huge overachievement for us, really, considering you're talking about a team that's been together 5 months, a manager who's in position for 5 months. And they went there the night, and they looked like they were really trying to give it their all, Unfortunately, we just lacked the quality on the night, and that's maybe something Steven Gerrard will look at going forward in future transfer windows.
Jubes, the quality seems to be a constant thread for everybody tonight. We lack quality. We don't lack endeavour, but we lack quality. What position is it? What's the position we need to fill for you, mate?
Midfield, I think, mate. I think we're quite light in the middle of the park. I think in the past, before tonight, I think at the weekend and through the week, I think we really, really missed Arfield. I think Arfield's probably our biggest player in the middle of the park. I don't quite know what it is we're lacking. That's the thing, but I had a feeling Ejaria's head wasn't in it, so the fact that this has came out today hasn't really surprised me that he's unsettled. I don't know. I'll tell you someday. As much as I think he could have done better at the goal tonight, I was really impressed with Ross McCrory tonight. He showed some of the glimpses that we saw of him last season, and I've been kind of surprised that he's not played more, if I'm being honest, this year. But there was one point in the second half where I think Macaulay made a bit of a loose pass, and McCrory just kind of showed a bit of pace and just basically got him out of jail. And I thought it was decent play. You know, I think he's definitely better in the centre defensive mid, but he might be one for the future. You know, I think Gerrard will know how to kind of bring him in and when best to use him and when best not. But for me, I think we're still lacking in the middle of the park.
A creative football player, they're hard to get. They're the ones you have to spend the big money on, Fox. Somebody rustling sweeties. Fox, they're the ones you need to spend big money on. Hard to get.
Aye, agreed. I don't know where we're going, but I'm kind of hoping that the Steve Davis thing can be pulled off, mate. Because we're not paying a fee for him, there's a chance we could pay him some extra cash that we wouldn't be able to afford to pay him. And somebody of his vision and quality could help our squad out a lot, I think.
We've stopped making, I think you're back ways, Harry, we've stopped making chances, We've stopped making them for the wings, we've stopped making them through the middle, because we're not scoring goals. The goals have dried up. Hello. Harry, we've stopped scoring goals, that's the problem. You've got to score goals to win matches.
We've stopped scoring goals. We've played Middleton, and I'll tell you what, they say that they're trying out this Middleton's a great boy, but to be quite honest with you, people slag Barry Mackay, but I think Barry Mackay was a better player, but he just maybe didn't have the heart. But Middleton is a young boy. He done well against Villarreal in the first game, but I just don't think he's got it. I've sat with you, Oxford, in the stand and watched him. We've sat together and watched him against Kilmarnock and other games, and he's just I don't think he's got it. He's hiding, mate.
Can't you believe it? Sorry.
What can you not believe?
That mob got a fucking lesson tonight, and Rosenberg scoring and getting them in.
They get
unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable.
I know. Well,
here, Fox.
Don't let it bother you, Fox.
We're just watching it. It's scandalous.
Well, we were talking earlier on, Harry, about us not getting the breaks. So this shows you some people are just jammy, aren't they?
Fox, we've done well this season. Let's take it.
We have, mate.
See if it came to the last game and we didn't make it. We've done well. We've done ourselves proud.
Aye.
And big JFK for Knightswood, he knows where we drink. He'll say the same. We've done ourselves proud this year. For last year, when we get knocked out in the preliminary rounds, we've done ourselves proud. And now we can concentrate on the league.
Okay. You got another caller in there, Ox, I think.
Who we got? Evening, caller. No, gone, mate. Gone. Maybe somebody from Norway. Cushy, this midfield, the ball playing midfield player, it's going to be the hard part of the jigsaw to get, mate.
It's fundamental, but I think we also need to settle down in our central defence. We're chopping and changing that too much. that he needs to pick his two best guys and just play them. Right, the defenders have got the easiest job in the world. You can play a defender every single game for the start of the season, the finish of the season, and they should be absolutely fine. So there's no reason to rest them. Just pick your best two and keep playing them so that they can actually get some confidence, get the fitness up, and you've got two guys you can rely on, and you only play them when you only change them if there's an injury or something like that. So I think there's a couple of areas in the part that he needs to look at, and I think that's one of them. But definitely in terms of our midfield, we've still not got a midfield, regardless of who we play, that can control a game. They can control it for bits and pieces, but we can't control a game for a big part of the time. So we need to get guys in that are going to get on the ball, they're going to pass to a blue shirt in tight spaces, and we're just going to keep the ball. You've seen it tonight. Too many guys had the ball and they just passed it straight to the opposition. It was galling at some points when it was like an amateur game at some points, but and it was both teams that done it. So we need to get some guys in there that are going to hold the ball, pass the blue shirts, and just stop putting us under pressure all the time. But those are the guys, as you say, those are the guys that cost the money. But as I said earlier, I'm hoping that the money that we've made from this European campaign will be, to a large part, will be invested in the squad so that we can actually start upping the quality in the squad, because we can't keep it the same as it is, because we'll not get anywhere.
Anyway, lads, get yourself a mute and Fox will give you a tune. Somebody's going on in the background and we're still playing. Either that, the bands are matching away into the distance. Well, you back, Bridge?
Yeah, right.
We're back.
I'll go to Bridge first, then I'll go to the Bear.
Okay, but
Cushy made the point about the centre halves. Was that your first choice centre half pairing? You seen the right, and have we got to stick with that and see where it takes us?
Well, it's the first. To me, it's the best pair we've got. Admitted we haven't tried Katic, who should be. What if you get him back fit? You haven't tried him alongside Macaulay, because Katic and Golson did quite well at the start of the season. But I'm not that sure about it. I would suggest that those two are the best we've got. But you don't, don't need to go too far for me. 100%, 100%. Left-footed centre half, please. Left-footed centre half. Get balance back into your defence.
Rudy Bear.
I agree. Macaulay and Golden for me, as much as possible. And if you have to play them all the way between now and the end of the season, you do that. It's as simple as that. For me, I think we've tinkered with the defence way too much. And I understand the amount of games we've played. What's that? 34 games now or something they've played this season? It's a hell of an amount of games, Ox, you know what I mean? So I can see the point, and having to, when you have to bring players in and out. But look, that's gone now. Europe's gone. We have to forget about Europe now. It's done for another season. So now we concentrate on picking the best team we can in the league. He's got to decide what his best defence is, and for me it has to be Macaulay and Goldson, because I haven't been impressed with Worrell, and Katic is he's just totally had an absolute lack of confidence any time we have seen him, which hasn't been all that often in the last few weeks. So for me, I think you've got to go with Macaulay and Goldson, and go to stick with that now to the end of the season if possible. The only time that's a change is for suspensions and injuries, in my opinion.
Hi, fair comment, mate. Jeeves, centre backs, big positions for us. The jury's still out. We've not seen that much of them, but at the moment, Golson and Macaulay look the best at the four.
Gents, sorry, hi, excuse you. I'm going to have to drop off, guys. So have a good night for the rest of the night.
All right, cheers, Cushy. Thanks for the call, Cushy.
No problem.
Cheers, Cushy. All the best, bud.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Yep.
Jeeves, Golson and
centre half. Aye.
The best for you, Golson and Macaulay.
I would think so. I've been quite a fan of all the centre halves that we've had this season, but it seems to be that when they're kind of getting rotated a wee bit, when they're coming back, they're not really looking as confident. I think that was clear to see for everybody with Katic when we played at Hamilton. And I don't think he had an overly great game against Spartak away. Obviously it's much better opposition, but I don't think he had that great a game. But I thought Worrell was really, really poor on Sunday against Dundee, and Worrell's been pretty steady for us throughout the season. But I would say, as much as he's been kind of rotating, Goldson's pretty much always been there. I think he's only rested Goldson when he's had to. If he's maybe fatigued or what, but I would say I would start Goldson and Macaulay as my two centre halves. To be honest, I don't think anything's been done to have that any other way. To be honest,
Harry, would you start with the experienced centre backs?
Well, to be quite honest with you, Ox, I think I'd agree with JFK what he was saying during the week, that he isn't too happy with Worrell. And I would back him up on that. I think my two centre halves are definitely Golson and Macaulay, because Macaulay, the age of 39, he can read a game well. But I think Worrell, no, we get rid of him.
I think the fact that Worrell technically isn't our player as well, I'd want to look after Katic more, if I'm being honest, and kind of concentrate on his progression.
I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense, Jeeves, that we're trying to develop players that we're not going to have at the end of the season. I think you've got to watch. You don't put too much in it.
Exactly.
Anyway, we've been joined by George Logan. Evening, George.
How you doing, boys? You all right?
Aye, mate. I'm a wee bit disappointed. Obviously, we don't get the bounce of the ball at some other teams, but look, we've done all right and been onwards and upwards. You know what I mean?
We can keep our heads held high, Ox. I said to you at the start of the season, can we get through these 2 or 3 rounds just to the real football starts? I'm talking about the league football, Ox. And now we're a week before Christmas, and that's us just been put out of Europe. we're still in we're running. I'm not saying we're world beaters in the league, but we're doing no bad in the league, and we're still in the Scottish Cup. We're having a no bad season. Ox. We all agreed if we can get to the 29th, 2 or 3 points behind the puddle drinkers, and then we'll be doing all right. So I'm not gutted with night, Ox. I didn't like to see Rangers getting beat at any point. I didn't think we were great the night. I didn't think we played terrible either.
Pretty endeavour, but what quality, Georgia?
You hear a lot of people saying about this one missing. I think Candia's been missing and Kent been missing. It's two massive injuries for us, Ox. And we're never really great about it that much. You heard Stevie G talking about it. I know we're never really great about it that much. We've been quite unlucky with injuries. I thought the Alfredo was really good tonight. But for me, now we go head first into the league now, Ox. I think we've got 5 games. There are 5 games now between now and the break. Get our head down, go on with them, start winning some games, and then hit the ground running when we come back in January in the Scottish Cup. I think it's been a no bad season, Ox. There's no point in getting our head down. We should still be proud of the guys, how they've done. Well, I'm definitely proud of the guys, how they've done up until now, Ox. So I'm disappointed, but I'm not completely done about it, to be honest, Ox.
It's not a progress result, George, is it?
No, well that's the thing. That's the thing, Ox. And you said earlier on, I think I heard you saying that at the start of the season you said we probably needed 10 players, and you're now saying, I think you and Fox agreed before the show, you probably said we need probably 5 players. Stevie G just alluded to it the other night when he was talking, we need a wee bit more quality to help the guys. He's not talking about quality to come off the bench, he's talking about quality to start our games, to take us to that next level. And we keep on talking about the Spartak game and things like that. They've got 50 and 20 million pound players in their team. We're nowhere near that level, but we've done well to get to where we are now. So if we can just get that wee bit extra quality in, head first into the league, see what the league campaign takes us, Ox, and then go ahead next year and give Steven Gerrard. That'll be him. Had his 3 transfer windows. Give him a good head start for next season. I'm still delighted with how we're doing, Ox. Terrible result a couple of times at Aberdeen and that, but I'm not going to get down about it, Ox, because I'm still proud of the guys. Still a young team, a young manager, and we're like you say, it's not a progress result.
Can I come in, Ox?
On you go, Harry.
Well, Ox, I think we played better tonight than the last 2 league games that we showed against Dundee and Aberdeen.
Wouldn't have been hard, would it?
We put a better performance on tonight. Although we get beat, I think we put a better performance on and showed a wee bit more grit than we did against the last 2 league games.
It wouldn't be hard, Bridge, would it? We were pretty poor the last 2 league games.
Yeah, I think our form dipped, and the first 20 minutes against Aberdeen, 15 minutes against Aberdeen were shocking, and we didn't look as if we were going to do much. And sure as shooting to score a goal, and we just never lifted our head up after that. We tried our best, don't get me wrong. Had an absolute sitter that Morelos missed. That kind of gets your head down again. But against Dundee, it was just shocking, wasn't it? Absolute, just bedlam. 2 centre halves can't clear a ball, and all it is a big punt up the park for the left back side of things. They just pump it right up the park, and 2 centre halves can't do it. And Kenny Miller whacks the ball in the net. Just makes us look stupid again. We were lucky. A beautiful goal by Halliday, beautiful goal, but we never played anywhere near where we should be able to play. And then that continued on to tonight. We improved a bit, I agree with you, improved a wee bit. But you have to lift your game a lot better than we're doing.
No, Ox, I don't think Rangers looked in trouble until they scored.
Oh, we won. I mean, McGregor never had a save to make, Harry.
No, he did not.
He didn't have a save to make. Rudy, where are we?
Well, certainly since this time last year, there's been a massive improvement for me. I mean, you just look what we've done just to get to the performances to get us into the group section, which we all said we never expected. We took it to the last game. There's improvement in Europe for me. All right, in the league, last 2 games haven't been great against Aberdeen and Dundee. Yeah, we accept that, but we're still only 2 points off the puddle drinkers. You know, December can still be a huge month for us. We've got Hibs away, Hibs home and away, and we've got them as well for the other side of the city. You know, it can be a massive month for us up until the end of December. And where we are is we're a new team, Ox, 5 months old. a young manager who's learning on the job, who said one transfer window, who basically had to bring a full team in and shift about 24 players out the door. And that's where we are, and we have to remember that, are we expecting too much? I think some of us probably are expecting a bit too much, in 5 months. I think he needs to be, I think I heard Fox saying he needs another couple of transfer windows to get the team or the squad to the standard that he wants it to be. I totally agree with that. I totally agree. That's not going to happen in one transfer window. There was too much work to be done. Now we have the basis of a good squad. You add quality to it now. Quality. It's no numbers anymore. It's quality. That's exactly where we are, Ox.
George, what positions for you, mate? What's the positions? You've got to sign a couple of players in January. What are you looking for to come in the door?
That's a quality.
I think we're trying to sign Ryan Kent. I like Ryan Kent. I don't know the age difference between him and a young boy that played out in the left tonight. I think he's a bit raw still. I heard you saying that a couple of times. A couple of decisions he's made and things like that. I would try and sign Ryan Kent because we're giving him that progress, and we're taking him that bit forward. So if we could get him, I think we could get him for a couple of £1 million. If we could get him, I would definitely take him. And we keep on. And I thought Jack and McCrory were done well tonight, by the way, Ox, in the middle of the park. I think we need to start using McCrory a wee bit more often. But I'm talking about that boy that connects the players between the striker and the midfielder. Ox. I don't know where we get this guy. I just heard somebody saying in the lobby there about it's got to take money to get this quality. I think we're going to have to get just try and get this guy, this quality player that links the strikers or the striker, whatever we play with the midfielders. Just a ball playing midfielder. I think we've got a couple of ball winning midfielders in there, a couple of good wingers. I think Candias is a hard worker for me, Ox. I would keep him in my team. If we can get Ryan Kent in the team, Murphy's still to come back. If we can get a football player in the midfield, I'm going to say a name obviously, but we'll never get somebody in Scotland the same class. I might see like an Arteta type who'll take the ball and run it, guys, and make space for people. See if we can get somebody like that, even half the quality. But that guy that's the kind of player I think we really need, Ox. But I agree with you. I think we're possibly, if everybody's fit, we're possibly 3 players away from having a good. And by the way, we can't count big Macaulay. I think we've got to try and get Katix either back into the team, slowly but surely get him back into the team along Golson, because I think that'll be our team going forward. I don't think we can rely again what we've done with Davy Weir and Big Clint Hill, and that's done as a turn at that age as well. But I think I'm not being funny. At 39-year-old, one injury and you're finished, Ox. We can't rely on a guy like that. So if we got a centre half like Bridgeman saying, a midfielder and somebody to go alongside up front with Alfredo, I think that's us there. I think 3 players will be doing well, Ox. And that's a lot to ask for, considering the amount of players we've already brought in. But that's where I would go. Like,
can I come in, Ox?
On you go, Harry. What's your point?
Harry, it's Harry speaking. I would just like to say, I think we are sadly lacking a player like Ian Gerrard or Derek Ferguson. See a player that can break for the midfield and support our forwards and follow through the forwards. I mean, knock on. That is what we are badly lacking, Ox. And see if we had that kind of player playing, helping Morelos, he'd be a great player. And so would the guy that supported them. We're missing that kind of style.
Was that one of the problems tonight? With Arfield playing wide right, that he couldn't support Morelos?
Correct.
I thought that as well. What about you, Fox? Was that an issue for you? Arfield wasn't as effective out there. Worked hard, like all our team did. But he didn't influence the play when he plays and he's trying to link the play, because he does the late runs and he scored a few goals, hasn't he?
Well, he gets into the box, which is imperative for midfielders for me. But you were talking about how many players there, the quality we need. Let's be honest here. Our goalkeeper is quality. I think our centre forward is quality. Barrich and Taverner are above average. Arfield probably average. Everybody else, mate, we could fill any one of their positions. That's what I feel we still need over 2 transfer windows, probably 5 players, maybe 6 at a push, mate.
Sorry, carry on, Fox.
No, if we're talking about seriously stepping up to the next level, especially in Scotland, we're hanging about at the tap now, but we need players that's going to drive us to the tap and keep us there. There isn't enough quality in the squad at Ibrox just now, and I would say honestly 6 players.
Bridgman?
Yeah, you can't argue with that. The figures could vary. Some of the guys think 4, some think 5, some 6, like Foxy. 6 would be wonderful if you've got the money to get 6 quality players in. I would suggest you're looking for 3 or 4. Certainly in defence you're needing at least 1. And midfield definitely 1. If you can get 2, it'd be brilliant. But I think that boy Stephen Davis, if he was available to come on a free in January to us, that would be a step in the right direction for us. I know he's 34. He'll be 34 then. So I don't know if he's got 2 years left in his legs. I'm not sure. But if you can get him for a reasonable transfer and a reasonable wage, then you can get 2 years out of him. It'd be fabulous to let us get younger players in to play alongside him. And yes, I agree. It's Harry that said we're looking for an Ian Gerrard, or a Derek Ferguson. Yes, you can't deny the quality these guys had. Whether we would ever be able to afford players like that in the next couple of years, I don't know. But my goodness gracious, yeah, you could do with them.
Bridge, we are Rangers.
Absolutely. I'm just saying, you've got to remember where we are and how things are. Players of that quality. Yeah, but players of that quality cost a lot of money. It's different.
Pay the money for the one player instead of buying mediocre players.
No, sorry, I'm meaning if we'd only be one at a time. So that's why I'm saying you could go for someone, if you can get a Stephen Davis in to sort of put his finger in the dike type thing, to give us that time to do this and get younger players in, a Derek Ferguson type player or a Ian Gerrard. But if you want them off the shelf immediately, you have to pay a lot of money for them.
George, would you is Stephen Davis a problem solver for you to get us to the next level, George?
Absolutely no for me. Stephen Davis 5 years ago, definitely, but I don't think he's the idea. I mean, we're talking about quality and things like that. My honest opinion, I mean, Josh Winders, I thought he was absolutely terrible, and we've got £2 million for him, so that's kind of the market that we're going to have to, if we're going to try and get a bit of quality, we're going to have to pay a lot of money to get guys in. I mean, there's maybe a couple of players in Scotland. I don't know if they would improve our team, to be honest, but I think for us to get that next level of player, like Fox keeps on talking, I think you're talking the two. There's Connor Goldson, £2.5 million. I think he's that next level of player for what we needed. I think we're going to get a midfielder. She was talking about £3.5–4 million. Have we got to pay that to get that next level? Because I think that's what it's got to take to get that next level of player. There's a couple of guys in Scotland who I think would maybe get into our team.
Use a couple of names, George. Use a couple of names.
The boy Ferguson for Aberdeen.
Right. Okay.
I think he's a quality player. I like the build him as well. I think he's a well-made laddie. A lot of players in Scotland are quite slight, but he's a well-made laddie. There's a couple of people, I mean, but I think if we go to that next level, I think we're going to have to pay the millions to get him. I never thought of the boy Ferguson. Look, signings, Jeeves, you need a bit of luck, mate. Look at the boy Barisic, we brought him in, and he's not really played much.
Aye.
You need a bit of luck. Injuries, fitting in.
I will just look at Jordan Rossiter. Do you know, I think Rangers fans have been a fan of him for years, but we've still not really seen what he can do.
He's got a testimonial next year, Jordan, isn't he?
Tell me about it. I mean, that's what it seems like. You're talking 2.5 years. He's almost been here, and he's played a handful of games to the point that when he starts in the team, you don't know whether it's a positive or a negative. I think he struggled on Sunday, but I'll put that down to just Matt's sharpness and his fitness. I think he didn't look sharp at all, but that comes with playing games. So that's the kind of the dilemma you've got with that. But Barisic is. I thought they would looked a little better at left back tonight, and that isn't a criticism towards Andy Halliday. been Andy Hardy's biggest fan over the years, but I think this season he's came in and he has really done a job for us. You know, he hasn't let us down. He's came in and he's done a really, really good job. I do like Flanagan. I think Flanagan's a good signing, and the reason I'm saying that is because he's a minute, right? I think he's a good signing because he's versatile. You can play him right and left back, and for me, he was always going to just be backup. I think to sign him and to have him as your first choice left back, I don't agree with that. I think he's good cover, but we need better. He's definitely an improvement on Hodgson, who we did have. That was that versatile guy that would jump in at right and left back, you know. So I think defensively Flanagan is good. I mean, he was one of Liverpool's players of the season when they nearly won the league. You know, so there is a player there. I think in recent weeks when he's played bad, I think it's been in games when the team have played bad. And I'm not saying that's because of him. I'm not saying that the team revolves around him or that. But I don't want to judge him on just a few poor performances that he's had of late. Considering at the start of the season, I thought he looked quite strong. You know. That's my point on that. Anyway, I'd go as far to say I think he's a decent cover signing. You know, like.
I get your point about the Hodgson. He's a step up in Hodgson. For me, he lacks a bit of pace, and you kind of get that playing on left or right. Rudy, all our players at times have. The season so far, we've had players that have played all right. They've done well, but we've not clicked as a group, mate. For the last few weeks, maybe since the Hearts game. That's 3 games now we've failed to win, but we need to get back on track on Sunday.
Well, we have to start for Sunday now. We have to put Europe behind us now. It's gone. It's been great. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been ups and downs, you know. And and as I said to you last night, I think it was Ox. You know, we wanted this. We were hankering after it for 6 years, weren't we? Right. So we got it. Right. So we got into the groups. Weren't expecting that. It certainly wasn't anyway. Me, I wasn't expecting it. You know, had we got into the last 32. We'd have been completely overachieving, in my opinion, you know, considering that we do at the moment still have a lack of quality. Right, so we part that now. Europe, that's away now until next season. Time to concentrate in the league now. And this is maybe what we needed. I think it was Jimmy said much last night, as far as Jimmy the league. You know, as we all think, we all know how important the league is, you know. So that now allows us time to start thinking about the league. We've now got the time now to concentrate on the league, you know. And we might just be playing 1 game a week where they can be coached properly. Players are lacking a bit of confidence, you know. It can help to try and build their confidence back up again. We can get players that are not fully fit because, like Kent, out with injury, stuff like that, Barisic, they'll come back into the fold again once they know that they're over their injuries and stuff like that, you know. So we start concentrating the league and we start for Sunday. We are one and a good one. But we said this before, before we played Aberdeen at Ibrox. If you think back, Ox, we said December was going to be a huge month and we had to kick off with the win against Aberdeen and we failed, didn't we? Right, so that can't be accepted any longer because there's no European distraction anymore. There's no long trips. There's no hard battling games. That's all gone out the window now. It's away, so it has to be focused. Has to be 100% on the league games now for me.
Bridgeman,
definitely
biggest game of the season Sunday now.
Right.
Aye, and you just know it, don't you? It's another massive game for Rangers, like every other game that comes along our way. Massive game. We obviously need to win. And just like we did, as Rudy says, we need to win against Aberdeen, need to win against Dundee, failed miserably on both occasions. We need to come up and start showing what we can do in the league. As Rudy says, there isn't no distractions from a European perspective, so we can just concentrate fully on that. Maybe some of the players need a wee extra day off or something like that, so the manager might see to that between now and Sunday. But we desperately need to turn up, play the game and leather them, just mollocate them. But I'll tell you right now, You know, I'll take a 1-0. Just give me a victory. Just give me a victory.
Oh, man.
I second that. I'd take a boring 1-0 as well.
Oh, and by the way, they took that the last
Take a
3
4-0.
games. But I wouldn't. We need a wee bit of entertainment, Bridge. Come on.
Oh, come on.
Yes, of course. I've just said that. I want the Rangers to go out and mollicate them. But in my heart, my head's saying, do the mollication. But my heart's saying, wait a wee minute. Please, just get us 3 points. Let's get back on and get our head above the parapet again and get 3 points and keep going. Keep our foot in whatever level we're at in the league, which is at the moment 2nd place. We can't afford to drop points and fall below 2nd place because we might never get back up that ladder again.
Just to let you know, Bridge, you get Fox and the Secret Santa.
So Fox, did I?
Excuse me, can I come in?
I'll get my jacket.
Listen, see, just before you get in, guys, I'm going to head off, right? I'm going to keep listening online, but I'm going to head off,
Thanks
guys.
for the call, mate. Great to hear from you, mate.
No bother.
Cheers,
right,
mate.
guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
On you go, Harry.
Cheers, Jeeps.
Harry. It's Harry here. Bridge, if we don't take 3 or 4 off Hamilton, I'm chucking it. I'm going to be sitting with Ox on Sunday in the main stand. And if we don't take 3 or 4 off that, chaps, I'm chucking it.
Yeah,
and I'm not going for a drink with Fox F for it otherwise.
No, you absolutely. I want us to go out there and leather them. But
We will leather them.
I'm telling you now, as far as I'm concerned, I've been consistent all through the season. I would take a 1-0 right now. You offer me a 1-0, I'll take it. It gives me 3 points.
It's not going to be 1-0, Bridge. It's going to be 3 or 4.
I can see his logic, though. I mean, he did say away at the beginning of the season, I'll take a 1-0 every single game.
38 league games, he did say that.
That's what Arsenal sang, 1-0 to the Arsenal, and they won the league with it.
Well, there you go. And that's the point Bridge is making. So he's quite right. If it's a choice between getting out there and sort of, beating them 3 or 4-0, or getting a 1-0, and you'd take a 3 or 4-0 all day long, wouldn't you? But then,
of course we would.
At the back of the mind, see if it takes a scrappy 1-0 win just to get the 3 points and get us back to winning ways. Like Bridge, man, I think I would take that. I'd love to see a 3 or 4-0, but I'll take the 1-0 for the sake of the 3 points.
George
said, if we get a 1-0 every game of the season up to the end, we'd
win the league. George, has Bridge got a point? But if you look at the defeats we've had, Livingston, obviously we lost to them, Aberdeen, and dropped maybe silly points. That's the thing. We're not grinding out results. It's either it's wonderful or it's poor.
That's right. I mean, Bridgeman's bang on me saying everyone is in the panel right now will take a 1-0. 3 o'clock on Sunday, 5 o'clock on Sunday, whenever the game finishes. Sorry, but realistically, I think we've only got 1 game a week. I said it last night. We've got 1 game a week now. Let's start showing what we can actually do. I heard Steve Clark saying the other night there after their game. They take a pump on the other night there, and they've been doing really well, by the way. He said, my team's not used to playing 3 games a week. Well, we never got that choice. We just had to play 2 and 3 games a week for the full season, Ox. And now it's coming into the busy end of the season where there's 2 and 3 games every single week because it's a Christmas period and so on telly and things like that. So I think we've got to go for it. I'll take a 1-0 on Sunday, but I think we've got to go for a confidence booster on Sunday. I think we've got to give you Alfredo a confidence booster, or a defensive confidence booster for going into these next 4 games, 5 games, 2 against Hibs, 1 against Dame. I think we've got a big run coming, so I'd be happy with 1-0, but it's time for us to kick on now. It's now or never for me, because we didn't want to lose any more points. Not this time of the season we didn't. I think we've been slightly lucky with teams running about us dropping points at the same time as us, and other teams taking points but maybe shouldn't have took points and things like that. So I think we've got to win for now to the transfer window opens and just see where it takes us. I don't think we can drop any more points.
Can I come in there, Rox?
On you go, Harry.
Harry, well, all due respect to the caller, but I don't think Rangers should be happy. Rangers, our team, should be happy with a 1-0 win against Hamilton. I think we should be doing the teams, and we should be doing them well. To accept a 1-0 win against Hamilton, I don't think is brilliant.
I bet you would have took a 1-0 win in the last 2 league games. And you come, Fox.
We would have, Fox. We would have.
I mean, they had 5 more points.
Aberdeen stuffed us.
They mugged us. They mugged us. And you come, Fox.
The one thing we've got to do now is the manager has got to nail his colours to the mast, mate. He's got to find his best team and play his best team in every game. Get that rotation stuff out the way. 5 changes for the game before last, 6 changes for the night. This has got to stop. He needs to find his best team and play it weekly unless any of the players are injured. Do you not think so, Ox?
I agree, mate. I agree. You get enough natural rotation with injuries and suspensions, and we get a lot of suspensions.
Too many suspensions. Too many.
Naturally, you get them, didn't you? Bridgeman?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. No, I think Fox is absolutely right. He needs to. Oh, it's not going to be happening. It's not just happening this weekend. Over between now and the Christmas time, maybe February, he needs to find. And Big George said it as well a minute ago. He needs to find his best blend, and that's his team. And he's going to have the 11 players plus whatever subbies he needs. There's his squad, his playing squad, and he should just be without. I mean, I was at 6 changes tonight again, so he can't afford to be doing that all the time. We may be forced into it sometimes because of injuries and suspensions, but in general, he should be able to find his best team and play his best team and get on with it. And that's when you'll start to win these games and be confident of winning these games that we're speaking about 3-4-0. You'll get that then. Right at this moment, they don't have the confidence to do anything. I mean, we had a fabulous result against Motherwell, scored 7 goals, and we came out and were rubbish after a couple of weeks. Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable.
As I said, Bridge, you're right about the changes tonight, but you think about it, Morelos and Candeias. Morelos and Arfield were suspended for Sunday, so they come back and Candeias gets suspended for the night. The boy Kent gets injured. You don't need to chop and change your team. You get enough naturally with it.
Yeah, you're 100% right. 100% right.
On you go, Harry.
Well, I'm just saying, Ox, I'm just listening to your comments there with Bridge and things, and to be quite honest with you, I think the changes are unnecessary. I agree with GFK during the week when he said you should keep a winning team, and tonight, obviously, Morelos was included, but I think you should keep a winning team. See, if you're playing a league game and they're playing and they're winning, don't change it unless you have to. And that was the case with Arfield getting sent off at Tynecastle.
I think that was the question a few people asked the other week when Andy Halliday done all right at Tynecastle. Go to Rudyby this one. Andy Halliday done all right at Tynecastle, and then we play against Aberdeen and they came out the team.
I said that the night of the game. I couldn't understand that decision. It didn't make any sense to me. Halliday hasn't at any point that I can think has ever let us down, really. He's been a steady 7 each game he plays, regardless of where he plays. And he's not a natural left back, Andy Halliday, but he's done really well for us there. So when we go to the Aberdeen game after such a good performance against Hearts, and he was dropped, I couldn't understand that. But the boys are right. Everybody's saying, more or less sing for the same hymn sheet here. He's got to find his team. He's got to find his starting 11, and he's got to stick with him. And as you say, you get enough natural rotation through injuries and suspensions, and God knows do we get suspensions the way we're refereed compared to other teams in this league, So
you can't blame the league. When you've seen Ryan Jack's booking the night, it's just referees.
That was a shocker, wasn't it? That was an absolute shocker. My God.
But it's
boots.
Happens, natural rotation happens, but all managers have got to know what their first starting 11 is going to be, and out of that starting 11, you get a couple of substitutions depending on how the game's gone. But a team can only gel properly when they play together week in, week out. They understand each other's movements and stuff like that, We haven't had that this season so far. But hopefully now that we've got the European thing out the way, we can park the bus on, park that now, that's out the way, we can concentrate in the league, and hopefully he's of the mind, right, this is going to be my starting 11. This is where I fancy it'll do a job for me on a weekly basis. and just let's see where it takes us. You know, I can't understand how a team can build up confidence and can build up understanding with each other, partnerships on the park, when you keep changing it so much. As you said, the last game 5 changes, this game 6 changes. I mean, it's a huge amount of changes to be making on a weekly basis, you know, game by game basis.
Is the modern manager Fox overcomplicating again?
Aye.
Maybe so. I just think that I've always thought, unless you get injuries, mate, you play your best team. You don't take other teams for granted. You've got to earn the result, and you need to go out every single game and get and work for the result. And your best players in your team all the time, you've got a better chance of doing that than rotating players.
Can I come in on the point about dropping Halliday for Flanagan? I was one of the ones who put my hand up and says I thought the manager did the right thing, picking his team and putting Flanagan in. But I'm sitting at Ibrox, and in all honesty, I just could not believe how poorly Flanagan played, and I wasn't surprised. Absolutely, pal, absolutely. So I thought then I'm disappointed in that, and the fact that if Halliday had been playing, we may in fact not have lost that goal. Just me.
You'll never know, mate. We could have lost more goals. That's a question you'll never be able to answer. You know, but look,
I think it's not the answer.
No, as Jeep says, he's a squad player. He's an improvement on Hodgson. It's covered, but when he's in the team, you struggle. But what's happened to the goals, Rudy?
Dried up, haven't they? We're not creating the chances that we were creating before. And we're not scoring the kind of goals that we were scoring before. You know, a few weeks back, we were getting goals for the likes of Kent and Cadace. You know, like Scotty Arfield, I think he'd scored 2 or 3 goals maybe 4. You know, so we were getting goals coming for the midfield as well. That seems to have dried up now. And I think it was a couple of weeks ago, the reporter, one of the pressers, says, you know, you seem to be in a position where if Alfredo doesn't score, Rangers don't win. Well, that's exactly what it looks like now. You know, and we were all kind of saying half-wit, an idiot and all that. But maybe the guy had a point, because that's what it looks like now. If Alfredo doesn't score, you know, we don't get the result that we're after. And we don't seem to be getting goals for anywhere else in the park now, which wasn't the case at the beginning of the season. First couple of months, we were getting goals for the other place, you know. They have to find out what's going wrong there. They're not creating the chances, and they're not scoring the goals for anywhere else. That's got to be sorted now. They have to work on that and find a way through teams that are going to park the bus against us, which is going to be 9 times out of 10, regardless, depending on who we're playing against. You know, like we play Hamilton at the weekend. I would imagine they'll do a wee bit of that, wee bit of parking the bus and try to hit us on the break. And we need to find a way now of breaking these teams down. Teams have sussed us out, I think. They've sussed out the formation, they've sussed out how we're going to play, and we don't really change it much. We change the personnel a lot, but we don't change the formation or the style, and the way we're going to go about playing teams. And they've worked it out, Ox. So they need to find a way now to do something a wee bit different. They need to find a way through these packed defences. Yeah, we saw that against Dundee and Aberdeen. They just packed their defences out and then hit us in the break or tried to beat us with a set piece. And that's exactly what happened. So we have to sort that now. They've got to find a way through these teams.
Is that maybe a major problem, Rudy? I mean, see the Aberdeen game, for example. I think we could still be playing that now, and we still wouldn't have scored in that game. It just looked like never got to score. The Dundee game as well. I mean, Andy Halliday, cracking goal. Apart from that, didn't look like we were going to score. And the night again, Big Golson had a chance. Apart from that, it looked like we weren't going to score. Now, wee Fredo's running right, and I thought he was excellent tonight. Maybe doing too much work. Maybe doing the work that our midfielder should maybe doing. He's taking players on and running into the box and that. I think that's the last 3 games. It's pretty frightening that he couldn't score a goal.
It's a big problem, George, now, it looks like, because if you go back to the weekend against Dundee, I think we had 1 shot and goal in the second half, if you could call it a shot for Ryan Jack, you know, and that was it. That was all we had in that second half. When you'd expected Dundee down to 10 men, we'd have come out in that second half and absolutely battered them. We should have ran all over the top of them. Yet we didn't. We couldn't. Same against Aberdeen. We had very few chances against Aberdeen. And like you say, the night, some games we've watched in the last couple of weeks, and you just think we could still be playing. You could have played, 180 minutes, and we probably still wouldn't have scored a goal in some of the games.
A bit scary because even the sort of button in there, the Alan McGregor. I seen that thing the other day. We've played Aberdeen 3 times this season, and Alan McGregor's not made a save against them. Rudy, 3 times against Aberdeen, he's not made a save against them. I mean, that's scary. There's something we need to get it fixed out. To get it fixed out quick.
Aye, and this is where I keep saying it, George. This is where your midfield comes into it. You know what I mean? Aye, if I keep saying it, your midfield wins your games. They've got to grab the game by the scruff of the neck. They've got to work hard to keep the ball. I mean, some of the passing tonight, I thought was pretty bad at times. Do you know? Passing tonight. Sorry, guys, I'm just looking at that screen.
You use an old school blue.
Aye. Some of the passing tonight I thought was pretty bad. I thought it could have been better in the midfield. But we'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? Up until now, I think January. Well, we'll have to wait to see what happens in January. But the midfield's got to start creating the chances. That they failed to do that in the last few games for me. So they've got to get back to that again. They were doing that great in the first couple of months of the season, first 2-3 months of the season. They were creating bags of chances. And it certainly has dried up, George. You're right, it is a problem,
He's trying to put off my dinner old school. Some good poach. George, I think your point about the Aberdeen game, McGregor's not made a save, but I think I read somewhere they've only 4 efforts in goal against us in 3 games.
And is that right? In the 3 games, or is that right?
Aye.
And so what's that? They scored 3 goals against us, is that right?
Aye, 3 goals, aye.
And beat us twice and drew once, it's laughable, really, isn't it?
I mean, that's actually a bad start. I mean, I think that's something you were saying about who should we bring in. Because I think we need somebody between our midfield and a striker. Because Alfredo, I thought he was excellent tonight, by the way. The wee guy will run your hair out for you, but maybe that's where we're missing Candice as much. Candice would maybe done that wee extra bit of running for him tonight, out in the wing, bringing the ball in. I think he was a big loss tonight, so I think if we had him in the team, it would maybe been that wee bit different.
I thought Candice was poor on Sunday, but I thought we missed him tonight, if that makes any sense.
I thought he was poor too, Ox, but I like him. I think he's not the greatest player in the world, Ox, but he's one of the guys that will give you that 99, 100% all the time. He tracks back. I think him and Tav play well together. And we were talking about Kent being missing tonight. I think it would have been good to have seen Kent with Barisic playing, so they two would have been on the wing, Candice and Hingman on the other side. I think that would have really set us up. And the boys getting winged into both sides for Alfredo. I think it would be a completely different game, to be honest.
Harry, what's happened with the goals? How have the goals dried up?
To be quite honest with you, Ox, I don't know. I think Morelos is up there himself and he's trying his best, but he's just not getting the support. That's what I've said to you earlier in the show. I think that we're lacking a kind of midfield player that can break through for the midfield. Like they're talking about Scott Arfield does it, but Scott Arfield's not Ian Gerrard, and that's what we need.
You don't get many Gerrards, but you don't get many. Or is it the system, Harry? This when you play with the 2 wides playing the 4-3-3, the centre forward gets isolated.
He is Ox. I think he is Ox. And tonight, I think it was the idea. We had to go and win the game tonight. I thought he should have played with 2 forwards. I thought he should have played with Morales and Lafferty up front, the 2 of them together, and maybe even stuck on a couple of wingers and played with a 4, 2 in midfield and 4. We've got nothing to lose. You don't win the game, it doesn't matter.
Ultimately, we lost the game anyway. Fox,
we're not hiding it, nothing.
Aye, if you get beat, you get beat. You might as well get beat.
You get beat.
Fox, a wee bit slow with the substitutions, maybe to try and win the game. What did Lafferty get? About 12 minutes, Fox?
He's always slow.
I don't know, mate. I think he thought that the team was still trying to get in. I think they were on top. They were the better team at the time. And once he started, he brought Jack off and was it Laffy that came on then when Jack went up, or was it Grez that came on first? He tried to change it, mate. A lot of people will say it was too late, but if we'd have committed earlier, we'd have probably lost in a breakaway anyway, mate. That's what I think.
Fox, we could have lost anyway. We're not hiding it, nothing.
Aye,
gone for it. It's winner takes all. See if you get beat 3-0, it doesn't matter. If you get beat 1-0, we went for it. And if you don't win, it doesn't matter.
Fair comment, mate.
But where are we, Bridge? For you, are you happy?
If you mean on the footballing side, yeah, I'm happy enough from where we are right at this moment. But we need to go on and improve, don't we? Just like everybody says, we need to go on and improve. It's not a mystery. We need to win games. We need to score goals. Rudy was absolutely right when he said earlier on there, you're getting teams that are parking the bus, basically, and we need to find a way of getting through the melee of players, because that's basically what it is. You're trying to thread it through the eye of a needle, and sometimes it's just not going to happen. There are too many people, too many long legs. Players are throwing themselves in front of the ball. All of these things to stop the ball getting through the first line of defence, and then you get the second line to go for as well. So if you can remember, we used to score a lot of goals on the break, and I mean we used to break at pace using the speed of Candias. So he did very well for us that way. But my goodness gracious, we don't seem to be able to find Candias with a break ball, you know. So we need to find a way of doing that again. And of course we should use Ryan Kent for that type of thing as well when he's back fit, like, you know. Maybe Middleton.
January, mate.
I'm saying that maybe Middleton, without putting too much pressure on him, maybe using him at the break as well, maybe help.
I think the boy needs to go back and start learning his craft again, Bridge, and see if he's got his stick on.
So much so.
You can see that.
Do you not think Grezda's got a bit of pace?
Aye, but it needs a final ball. It's all right having pace, mate. There's got to be a final ball. On you go, Harry.
Did you know, see, just watching Grezda in the Scotland-Albanian game, he ripped at Patterson, right? And I just think Middleton, we rave about Middleton. I'm a Rangers man, and we rave about Middleton, but I just don't think he's got what it is that we... Ox, we were sitting at a couple of games together, watching the games. He was hiding in the Kilmarnock game. He was hiding in another game. He only went inside when it interested him. I just don't think Middleton's the answer. Grezda's a better option, and he didn't start with him tonight.
I think somebody pointed out that they don't think Grezda's fit yet, which I don't know how long it's going to take somebody to get fit. Rudy, yeah?
Aye. I mentioned that the other night. I didn't think Grezda was fit. I still don't think he is. I don't think he's getting enough match time, in truth be told. But I don't think, like yourself, Ox, I think I've heard you say in the past, you shouldn't be trying to get fit or match fit in the starting 11, you know, and that's a good point, actually, you know. You shouldn't be coming into that team until you're fully ready to go, hit the ground running. I like Grezda. I do like him. I think he's got a bit of pace. I think he's been a bit stop-start, though, simply because of the amount of change. I mean, it's hard for him to come into a team and there's so many changes in personnel from a game-to-game basis, you know, and get to know his teammates that are round about them, you know, get to know their movement and stuff like that. Maybe if he settles down into a team, you know, that Steven Gerrard decides, like we just touched on 10 minutes ago, if he picks his starting 11 on a game-to-game basis, and if Grezda gets Mary a run out in that kind of style, then maybe he'll get to know the movement, the players round about him a bit better, and you might see better of Grezda. I mean, they speak very highly of him in Albania. You know, a game against Scotland, he was Albania's man of the match, in my opinion. So he was. You know, he had a cracking game. You know, he ripped at Patterson at every opportunity, so he did. So he's got it. He's got it because, you know, we've seen him do it. He just needs to start doing it in a Rangers jersey, though. You know, I mean, he really has to start.
He's not getting a chance.
That's the thing. He's no, that's what I just said there. I agree with you, Harry. He's not getting a chance, you know.
He's not getting a chance. He's not got a fair crack at the whip.
No, it's been pretty bitty for
him.
See
the Spartak Moscow game. See that shot they had at Ibrox and not in each game. See if that shot he had went in it'd have been a different story. His confidence would have been high, and all the fans would have been backing him.
Yeah, well, look at the 2 goals he got against Motherwell. The first one was a dribble into the box and a shot. It was brilliant, you know. And then he's
and
at
I
the back.
think that done him proud because you could see the lift in him, his confidence.
Aye, definitely. I agree with you, Harry. I agree with you.
I don't think you played the next game. On you go, Fox.
I just want to give a wee shout out to the under-20s who also played Rapid tonight. 2-0 down with 17 minutes to go and produced 4 goals to win the tie 4-2. Well done to the young boys.
Aye, well done. I saw that earlier, Fox. Well said. Yeah.
Actually, given what we know now, would it not have been better to keep them playing?
The young boy Dallas. This is a name that keeps cropping up. We'll see if he's maybe one for the future. Well, we've reached that time in the evening. Bridgeman.
Oh, what can I say? Very disappointing scoreline for the team. thought they played not out of their skin, but played all right. I thought it was Ichi Peachy until just before that team scored. And then we just sort of caved in a wee bit, you know. So, good luck to them. They got through, and as the manager said, we wish them nothing but luck. See how they got on. And all I can say is for us, it's now time to start. We're playing in the league, and it's all league football from now on. So let's go on with it. And to all the Rangers fans all over the world, particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, and don't forget the guys in Vienna. Every single one is keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers need us. Keep it going.
Can I thank Cushy, Little Blue, Geeks for joining us, Rudy Bear, George Logan, Fox, Bridgeman, of course, Old School Blue in the background for giving us all a treat tonight, and the new caller this evening, Harry. It's been a pleasure. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11, talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School Blue.
All right, brah.